Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another workshop session with SwiftXR. And today we're going to be looking at how to add 3D AR or VR content to your website on Wix. But before we go ahead, we just want to do quick introductions and I would go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Oluwatosin. I'm the technical community manager here at SwiftXR, and I will just walk us through what SwiftXR is for those of us that might be new to SwiftXR. And after this, we would go into a live demo session. So, what exactly um, is SwiftXR? And we'll look at the use cases, just like I said, and we will do the live demo. That's basically our agenda for today. And what exactly is SwiftXR? SwiftXR is a no-code web platform, where you can deploy your AR, VR experiences without any prior knowledge, any technical knowledge. It's a drag and drop platform, which means it's easy to use, it's quite intuitive. And generally, when you want to build AR or VR applications, you would have to go through setting up tools that would allow you to do this. But with SwiftXR, it's a web platform and it's no code, which means it's easily accessible via your PC. You do not need any extra um, software on your laptop. All you need is a browser, and you can start deploying projects and easily share them with clients, friends, and anyone at all, via the web as well. So that's very much interesting. Okay, so with that, let's look at some of the um, reasons why you should be using Swift XR. Right. So some of the reasons why you should be using Swift XR would include one, um, the platform is available, right? A lot of people do have access to mobile devices, which means if you push to um, the web, a lot of people can get access to it, test out your applications, and make use of it. And also, businesses are now leveraging on augmented reality and virtual reality in ensuring that um, they get the best out of their business. And as of 2020, um, what's it called? 18.8 billion was spent worldwide on AR VR in 20, which is really, really massive, I would say. And also, the customers are ready to use products like this. So if you're adding AR, VR content to your website, it makes it much more interesting. 71% of consumers say they would shop more often if um, the stores used AR, right? So if people are able to preview what they want to get before they buy it using augmented reality, that does improve customer sales as well. Right. Just to be sure, can you all still hear me? Okay, so moving on, let's now look at what our focus is exactly at SwiftXR. And we are highly focused on people who do not necessarily have the technical skills to work on AR, VR projects by setting up, game engines or whatever tools that might be that the developers might use, because the AR VR industry is quite developer centric. So we are trying to create that low barrier of entry to ensure that everyone can build AR VR projects. And SwiftXR is very much easy to use, and it also helps you to iterate quickly and prototype without having to waste so much time setting up AR VR projects. And for businesses that are looking to engage clients more using interactive web content, definitely SwiftXR is what you want to be using. Right. So Just like the little video that shows, once you create a project, you just drop a 2D or 3D file, depending on what you're looking at publishing, and you just click deploy, and you're able to deploy to the web, and everyone you share that link with can view in AR and VR. And we would be exploring this today as well. And let's just explore some of the current use cases. SwiftXR has been used in the real estate industry to show people properties, thereby reducing travel costs and even getting more clients to view these properties before they even purchase it. Thus, in the end, increasing the return on investment as well. Right. And this platform has also been used by a lot of artists to showcase their works in AR, where they don't necessarily have to just show the artwork on a digital device just on your screen, but with augmented reality, artists have been able to use SwiftXR to, get their users to view their artworks as it would look like in the real world on walls. And recently, we've seen a large number of people use SwiftXR to, um, you know, increase the level of engagement on their e-commerce products, and that's something we would be looking at today as well using Wix. Um, if you get your products in AR, it's easier for users to visualize, for your customers to visualize them, and this does help businesses as well. Right. So moving on, let's look into the live demo for today. And like I said earlier, we are going to be making use of the Wix website. For those of us that have websites on Wix, it's a very good way to start. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so let me go over to, if you have a Wix account, you should be able to navigate to your site. And from here, you can create a new site and then integrate the SwiftXR plugin to get started. Right, so let's create a new site here. And in creating this site, let's say we wanted to work with an online store. So I would select online store here. And let's say we wanted to do an online art store. So we could just say online art store here. Let me click next. And let's give this, so let's say you have artworks that you have to sell. I could just say artworks for sale. Yeah. And let's just go over here next and create something really, really simple. So I would just begin by, using a template to get things sorted out quickly. And in here, let's look at some of the templates we have here. And I would select something really, really simple and straightforward. And we could use this. So let's just click on edit with this. And let's see. That does take a little while. And in the meantime, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to drop them in the chats as well. We would be happy to answer them during the Q&A session. All right, then. So we do have our template here. The first thing you then want to do is, at the moment, we have this home page here, and we can just quickly, what's it called? Try to navigate to our product page itself, because that there is where we want to really add in our 3D model so the users can view the products in AR. So navigate to the products page, and when you get to the products page, let's go over to where is it? Let's go over to add elements here, and we would want to add in the SwiftXR plugin itself, right? And to do this, you would have to add it via like the app section in on the Wix platform itself. So click on add apps actually, and let's search for the SwiftXR viewer. That's taking a little while. And let's just search for the Swift XR viewer. So just select the Swift XR viewer here. Not to forget under the Add App section and click on Add to Site. And select Agree and Add. Right. So once you do that, you should see this little box here that talks about the SwiftXR modes with the plugin itself. So the plugin currently has two modes. One of them is the e-commerce mode, which allows you to create assign products to the 3D models you create. And also we have the website modes that allows you to just create 3D models that you can attach anywhere on the website itself, but not for specific products. Right. So currently by default, you would be on the e-commerce mode, and to switch to the website mode, you would have to go over to settings. But right now, what we want to look at is that for the e-commerce mode, but also we would want to assign product to each 3D model we bring in. And to do that, we would have to create a 3D product entry. And to set that up, go over to settings. And once you get to the settings here, select the Open Swift XR dashboard. Right. And in the SwiftXR dashboard here, there are quite a number of things that you can do. You can create a 3D product entry once you have a SwiftXR product already. But right now, we've not created one. And I'm very sure for some of us out there as well, we've not created any. So to create one, what you need to do is click on Go to SwiftXR Hub. And this loads up a SwiftXR account in here. And generally, if you do not have an account at this point in time, you would be required to, create an account with SwiftXR, and this should be done automatically for you as well. And once we have that, give me a sec here. Let me just change my screen size. Right. Okay. So once you have that in here, you can see like this little video that shows you how to create a product in SwiftXR easily. This shows you like a virtual reality demo that you can use. And let me just close this and open that dashboard again. And go to the hub. Right. So in here, we just have like an introductory video here for the virtual reality component, but you can close that, and we can actually create a really simple 3D project here using SwiftXR itself. So if you click on create project, you can create a new project. But for those of us that are new to SwiftXR, let me quickly walk you through the hub itself. Right. So over on the left side here, we have the different tabs. One that shows you your own page itself with your recently published projects. Another one that shows you a list of all the projects you have. Then the last one leads you to the different templates that you can use to get started with Swift XR. And over at the bottom left here, we have video tutorials for you to learn more about Swift XR. And you can also give us feedback. Right. So now that we have this, let's click on create project. And in here, I will just call this our Wix product underscore 01. And I will just click on create. And that should initialize our SwiftXR editor. Right. So now in our SwiftXR editor, it's an empty state. It's basically blank. It's just an empty canvas. And to get things started, let's go over to the left side here and go over to our components. And under components here, we have different components that you can use to set up your project. So under the components, we have columns, 2 columns, 3 columns, text, links, and images that you can add to your project. We also have the 3D models. With the 3D model viewers here, you can use the 3D model viewer to view your objects in just 3D. the AR model viewer to view it in AR. Then we have the e-commerce model viewer as well that allows you to change your 3D models based on the link provided, right? And you also have the VR model viewer, right? But moving on as well, we also have the art NFT viewer and the AR artwork viewer. And this is something we would also look at as we go on today, right? But for now, I would also like to introduce us to our Sketchfab model here. So SwiftXR is currently integrated with Sketchfab, which means our users get access to millions of 3D models that you can use to iterate and quickly prototype within SwiftXR itself. And just so you know, some of the models are governed by a Creative Commons license, so you want to be sure of the license on each model you're using. But let's drag in this Sketchfab model into our canvas here, into our workspace. And all you have to do is just select that and drag and drop it onto your project, onto your canvas. And you'd be required to log in with Sketchfab. And let me just quickly do that off screen. So this will just pop out a little for us to log in with. And forgive me, this will take just a few moments. We just getting in the passwords. There we go. We are logged in, right? And let me just, that's accept. And let's see. Let me just close this here. And I would most likely have to refresh this. Let me just open the dashboard once again. We should be logged in now. And just repeat the same processes once again and go to SwiftXR Hub. Let's open that our project. And you can see now that it is under the recently created projects. So let's select open here. And now, if we just go over to the properties here and select stores, we can see we have the download from Sketchfab, which should be logged in already. Let's see. Okay, that's rather strange. Let me just confirm um, my account here. Right. Once again, waiting for confirmation code. So if you're running into issues like this as well, please feel free to share in the chats. And let me see here. Just waiting for that confirmation code. I'm still waiting for that. Um, okay, and let's see. There we go. So now we have our Sketchfab 3D asset setup. It was quite an issue logging in there, but yeah, let's move on. So once we have our model, our Sketchfab store here, you can see you can just search for models and you get access to models easily. So in here, I could just search for a cup. I do believe we kind of like so cup with our products there. So I could just search here and let's say we have this really nice cup here and yeah, let's download that. So you have this 3D model of your cup here and let's quickly close this and let me just show us the reason why. So this is the product we have here, right? And we're just trying to create a 3D model for this. So let's head back here and let's go back to our hub, open up our project once again quickly. And in here, we could also change the background quickly. And let's go over to the background here and just give this a really subtle color, right? And something really, really subtle. And yeah, and once you're done with this, right, you can then just hit publish. And once you click on publish project, this should basically set up your project for others to view already. And it's as easy as that. Really, really straightforward. And it should generate a QR code. So in cases where you're working on an art exhibition and instead of just having links, you have having to share links with like the users, you could just get the QR code and paste it on walls that you can make use of. All right, so let me just hit copy here and I would copy that link. And if you're unable to do that, just click on share link as well. And with that, you should be able to get the link. And I could do view link and just copy this here as well. So same thing, we have our product in here, right? And that's what we're really bothered about. And with that done now, you can just go over to create 3D product entry here. And in this 3D product entry, you would be required to put in the link we just published. So I would just paste that link here, right? And select product. So right now we have a couple of products on the platform already. So I will try to use my eye to gauge the product we currently have selected, which, well, I can't really, it should be this, right? Just have to quickly confirm before we create that 3D product. We just have to quickly confirm here. This guy here, right? This is the product we want to add to. Well, that looks a bit tough to the eye to get, but yeah, let's see. Create 3D product entry once again and paste in that link. And let's see if I can find that product here. It should be this. Right, so select that product and click on add. And with that now, just hit save, right? And you can see the 3D model show up here, right? So with this now, if we just close this and let's see, and I will just try to, just to be sure that this was the model we actually selected. And just reloading that for us. Let's head back to our product page here. And there we go. We can see our 3D um, model in there, right? So with this now, we can then now say, okay, let's just move things around and get this in a proper position. So one thing you could do is you could just overlay this 3D model on top of the one you have in here already, right? Or rather still, you could just take it somewhere different, maybe by the side or just below here, and have it there as well. And you could do something like this, right? So they can view that product in 3D now. And now that we have this, right? And quickly, the colors we have here are a bit different from the ones we have on the background here. So one thing I could quickly do as well is get the color here, and let me see. We could go back to our project, where is our dashboard once again. So settings, open SwiftXR dashboard, and you could easily make changes to your project, and it would not affect anything at all. You wouldn't have to do anything from scratch. So let's go back to our project here. Go over to the background here, and let's try to change the color. So let's select the body itself, and let's see. Yeah, the Sketchfab guy here, and I believe it was gray. It was much a lighter version of gray. And if you just click on update here, it updates the project for you quickly without any issues at all. And there we go. And once we reload our page, we should see it come to effect in here as well. But at the moment, if we just click on publish project here, and let's view that site. And if we just scroll down here, where is that product we're working with? This guy, if we select it, right, we can then now see that 3D model of the product. And you can see that the background has been updated as well, which means you can view that product in 3D, right? And if you're on mobile, you can also view that product in AR, right? So that's where it gets really, really interesting. And if you're a furniture brand and you're looking to sell your furniture as well, you could do something like this, right? Now, moving on, what if you wanted to add just a normal um SwiftXR project without linking it to a 3D product? Let's go over to the what's it called, to the home page, for example. Here, that where we have the home page, instead of having just a dull section like this, right? What we can do is we can once again just go over to add apps and select the SwiftXR viewer, right? And just click on add again to add to this page as well, so we can quickly get access to it. So right now it just loads this default 3D model here, but we definitely can change that by going over to settings. And this time around, we then want to switch to the website mode to make use of this, as compared to the e-commerce mode we were using before. And now you can see there is a default published project link here. And that's why we're seeing this default cube here. But to change it to something of our own, one thing we could do here is say, open the SwiftXR hub. And in here, I will just create a new project. And this time around, let's just call this, uh, let's say, banner. Right. So now that we have this set up here, I would then introduce us to a couple more components that we can use within our project itself. So we have the columns here that you can use, right? So with the columns, you can add images and all that, and also with the avatar component here, you can add a 3D animated character to your project, right? So this makes it much more interesting, I would say. And also, let's see. So if we drag this in here, you would be required to log in, and I am logged in already. So you can create an avatar in here as well. And if you say create new avatar, you could, just um, specify what you want and just create something really quick. Doesn't have to take too long, and it should just load an avatar for you. And let's select something that at least relates to maybe the product itself in terms of clothing. And let's see, in terms of clothing here, um, let's see something really, really subtle as well. Maybe not a suit. Yeah, this looks better, right? And yeah, we could just click on next here, and let's prepare that avatar for us to download. And let's just wait on that. Good. So now that we have our avatar, right, we can set up an animation for it. Currently, it's set to default, right? So if we go over to the right here, go over to the animation, and you could do a wave one hand animation and change it to that, and you can see it do something like this, right? Or you can even change the animation to an action animation here, and you can see something like this as well. So you can really play around with this, and you would get really decent results as well. So let's wait for this. There we go. All right then. So now that we have something really simple like this, what you could do is for the background itself, right? So let's get back to layers. It shows us all the components within our project. Under the body here, we could go over to the background and add in a background image. So so if we just go over to um, where is the body itself, and let's select the background image here, then we can add images from a different platform. So what I would do here is quickly get an image here for us. So I would say let's get that image here for us, and get in the image quickly. There we go. Okay, so we got an image, and just click on images here, and let's just drag and drop that image here quickly. There we go. So now we have an image, and let's just select that image and close this. Where is our image? I believe it is added, and let's see. Let's set the position to the center, and let's set that to cover as well. And if you do not see that, that's basically at the background here, right? So can you see this? I believe so. And now that you have this in here, if you select this guy and just reduce the opacity of this Ready Player Me component here, you should be able to see that your background that we just added. Right. So let's just set this here. And one thing I would do for this Ready Player Me component here is go over to the dimension and let's see. For the width here, we will just set this to 100%. And for the height here, we will switch this to the view height and set this to 100 as well. So now you can see our character in here, right? Great. So now that we have this, you could maybe want to add text and all that in here as well to your project. But irrespective of that, let's just click on publish here and publish this project. And almost there. There we go. So now that we have this, we could just copy the um, link here. And once we have that, let's close our editor now. And all we just have to do is paste that link that we just copied in here, right? And you can see it load that. It's loading that 3D model for us. And what we can then now do is get this particular page in here and maybe overlay this. And let's see. And it doesn't necessarily have to be everywhere. So you could just set this up to maybe a certain, maybe just a certain side of the project itself and use that. And maybe select this for the background itself. And let's make some quick edits here. And let me just go over to this guy here. And there we go. So now we have our 3D model in here. Right. So at the moment, it does look like, where is our 3D guy? If we go over to settings here and go back to SwiftXR Hub itself, and let's open up that banner. So one thing you can also do here is select this Ready Player Me component, go over to the, where is it? To the background here, and also add that same image in here. And let's see, what do we have? Background image and select it. And I could just select that same image. And this time around, also the center, and you want this to cover. You don't necessarily want it to stretch. And let's see, let's add more components in here actually. So we could go over to the, where is it? Our 3D components here, and you could add a VR model viewer here as well. Instead of just having something like this, you could add a VR model viewer that allows you to view that particular area in 3D. So for example, let's say instead of just having something like this, we could clear the canvas here, right? And with our VR model viewer here, right, we could quickly go over to the advanced, not the advanced settings here, the stores, and let's get in type of thing, and we could get in something really, really simple here. So let's select this one and download this. And with this, actually, if we just go over and let's see, if we just hit update here and click on update, You can then use this as an avenue for people to come into your platform, and let's say you have a showroom or a 3D model of an environment you want to showcase to them. You could actually use this for that. And once this is loaded up and you click on view in VR, you can see that you're able to, move around in spaces like this. So let's say you had something like this. You could allow your users to move around your environment in a space just like this one, right? And now we could then also use this as our banner back here on Wix. So let's close this, and that should change um, the 3D model here. I believe it's the same link, so we don't necessarily have to do that over and over again. And you could even make this the entirety here. So when they come in, they see something like this, and they also, if we click on publish now, and the fact that they also get to see something like that means if they go to your website, right, you have this 3D model loaded up here, and with this, they can just view in VR directly. So you can take them to a really, really interesting place within your product for them. So for real estate companies, definitely this is what they want to be using on their website as well, right? And looking at that, one last thing we will do before we finish up with today's workshop would be how to create an artwork component that you can sell as well in here. And to do that, let me just get this good. To do that, I would show us how to create a 3D product itself on Wix, right? So let's go over to the product page, and I would show us how to create a 3D product itself, and how to also what's it called, assign a product to it, right? So if we just go over to where is that once again, um, it is always somewhere in here. So where are our product? Yeah, there we go. So just click on add a product here. Right. So these are all the products that are there at the moment. So for example, we would be creating let's say um let me just call this a physical product here. And for the product here, I would add like an artwork, right? So I do have an interesting art piece here. Let me just save this, right? And click on add images. And let me just drag in our artwork here. All right, so now that we have this artwork here, we can, select this artwork, and let's give this artwork a name. So let's say colors artwork, right? And you could give this a description, um, artwork with colors. And now that we have this, you could set up like a price for it here as well, right? And yeah, so something really, really simple and straightforward. And let's save this. So now that we have this colors artwork, right? What we can then now do is let's close this dashboard here, right? Close this one as well. And under our, what's it called? Under our ad apps here again, let's just search for the SwiftXR app. Or let me see if, okay, we do have access to it here as well. So you could just go over to the settings and open the SwiftXR dashboard. And from here, we would create a new 3D product entry. But before then, let's go over to our SwiftXR Hub once again, create a new project, and this I would call artwork, right? So let's create that artwork here, and we would be using another component, which is our AR artwork viewer component. Also, you could use the NFT viewer if you have NFTs you would like to share as well. And that is integrated currently with OpenSea and Rarible. So next thing we then want to do here is we want to add want to change the image for this particular artwork. And to do that, I will just drop that image in here, that same image of the artwork. And there we go. So now we have an image of that artwork here. And with this, I can just publish. And let's copy that. And once we're done copying that, let's create a product entry and repeat the same process here. SwiftXR, and let's select that product. And this time around, we should be able to see that colors at work as well. And this is how you would, if we were going to create it from scratch, this is basically how you would create it from scratch. And let's hit save. And now with that, we do have our product in here, basically, right? So let's see. Here goes our product, and we can see that product itself here, and people can view that in AR, right? And if I just let's see, I will try to get a link to this on my device so I can share with us quickly. And yeah, so just give me a sec. Let me grab my device. So we're back, and just trying to get the link to my device here. Basically, a link to this page itself. So I will just um, copy this, or a link to that website itself, and let's just put that in here. Just paste this, and okay, so let's get that up in here. Right, so about to show us that in AR, and let's see, it's connecting, and there we go. So now we have the model on a device here, and I will just quickly show us that in AR quickly. And if you click on the button here, this takes you to AR. And with that, oh, the device went out. That's really strange. Um, okay, the device just went out. Let me just close this for now and get it onto another device real quick. And this time around, we will test it out on iOS instead of Android. That just went really strange there. Okay, so just give me a sec. And let's get the link here as well. Right. So there we go. We do have it set up here as well, and you can see that. And if we just click on viewing AR here, we should be able to view the 3D model itself in AR, which is really large at the moment. But yeah, you can kind of see where is it? Let's get it back here. Let me just open that once again for us. And there we go. We do have quite a large 3D model here. That's rather strange. Let me just refresh this. So again, show up. There we go. There goes our artwork. Sorry about that. And now we have the artwork that you're able to, view in 3D easily along with your people. Right. Okay. So now that we have that, that's basically how you would set things up. It was a bit rough at first, but yeah, and that's how you get your 3D models on the web easily and allow your users to view in VR and both AR at the same time. And with that, we've come to the end of today's session. If there are any questions, please feel free to share. We would be happy to answer them as well. And yeah, reminder that we do also have a Discord where you can join and you can join other creators who are using SwiftXR for really, really amazing things in there. And please feel free to check that out. Also, if you run into any issues at all, please feel free to reach out to support. We would be happy to answer any questions that you might have or um, explore that new area you're looking at using SwiftXR and get things sorted out. All right. So thank you all so much once again for today and see you all in the next workshop. Have a great one. Bye.